What's up, fam? So, book review number 5, Sell or Be Sold by Grant Cardone. I know I've shared in the past, I've began an endeavor in business ownership. And one of the things that drew me to the read was my mentor. I feel as if in the past, I've identified myself to be kind of a pushover, and I always wanted to be liked. And just a general rule of thumb, usually people like that get the short end of the stick. So for me, this was really powerful to just change my perspective and really have a sense of belief in what it is that I do and how I'm able to just change people's lives for the better. Just a little backstory. I grew up in a low-income area. Parents are both immigrants, and they migrated over here for better opportunities. And I'm very blessed and fortunate to be able to be born here in the United States and take advantage of that opportunity. So with that being said, here are a couple of my favorite takeaways, and I hope you enjoy. So right off the bat, he talks about getting comfortable with sales. I know in the past, I personally had a negative stigma associated with it, and he helps you identify why that is. So when you think about just sales as a whole, it usually comes down to an experience or maybe a specific individual that made you feel either uncomfortable or they didn't have the best interest for you. So once you identify that, you get to now be more comfortable with the idea of selling and the whole industry when it comes to sales. And I love how he paints the picture of selling is a way of life. You think about it, you're always selling somebody on why you want to do something, why you don't want to do something, why you like something, why you don't like something. And especially here in the United States, we usually advertise things for free. But let me give you an example. And this is for all my Cali peeps. Here in the United States, fast food is big, and In-N-Out, especially for us Cali folk, is rated to be the top burger joint, especially when it comes to fast food. Now, as Californians, we're always trying to sell people on why In-N-Out is number one. You got people over in Texas that might disagree, and they'll try to sell us on why it isn't. So when you really look at sales as a whole, you start to realize that throughout all your life, you're selling. So with that being said, one of the things that he talks about is your number one sale or your most important sale in life, and that's selling yourself. So I've been working extremely hard at becoming a better marketer, really building a community around me so that way they understand the value that I'm trying to exude onto them. And when you start to sell yourself, you first have to do it to yourself. You have to be 100% committed. You have to have 100% belief. You have to have faith that you'll be able to do it. And that's a lot easier said than done, especially when you have friends and family members that'll try to discredit you, or a random hater on Instagram, Facebook. While you're just trying to provide value, they have to put in their 2 cents. And the only way to really overcome that is by 100% believing in yourself that you will accomplish what you want to accomplish, and that you will persevere any of those obstacles. There's many things that he touches on in the book, so I encourage you to read it. One of my favorite things was give, give, give. So you want to make sure that you really have your client's best interest and that you are providing value. So I do want to be vulnerable with you all. There's a couple gut checks that I got from reading the book. One of them is you can't just survive off of motivation. You really need consistency, and you really need to get out of your comfort zone. So some of the things that he touches on is while maybe you're commuting to and from the office, or maybe at the gym, instead of just listening to like motivational podcasts like I have been, or music, listening to a training call. Another thing that was gut-wrenching to me was being in sales isn't easy, and you know when you're doing well when the economy doesn't alter or change the way that you produce. And that goes without saying, because from what I've seen, most people don't change their spending habits. It really comes down to what they want and what they need. Typically, they start to budget around what they want, but what they need will not change. And to really get to that level, you have to persevere, as I mentioned earlier. That's one of the things that I myself need to work on, because I still don't feel as if I'm a professional. And I'm glad that I picked up the book, because at the end of the book, he talks about a couple different topics in which will help you become a better salesman. Again, I encourage you to pick it up, give it a read. Hope this helps. Remember, you got this.